Hello. You're wearing a cap and I'm not.
Yes,
I'm
capless.
Capless Saleh.
Yes.
He's so capless, that guy.
Yes.
Yes. Well, people think I wear a cap because I was started to go bald.
No.
But it's not really. It's just I feel protected. When I can
just in general.
Yeah, just in general, I like to kind of cover my eyes.
In public or
not just public and it's just something I
would you wear a cap around the house?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, you do by yourself.
Yeah, that's all. I only wear the cap by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said to you in a previous podcast, my neighbours are so close.
Yeah, has he noticed anything again of late?
Oh, they've noticed a lot of changes. Yeah, a lot of. They've seen me change. He could almost be my doctor.
Yeah,
he knows every spot. I walk around naked because that's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, but wearing a cap.
I started wearing a cap. I don't know why. It just kind of makes me feel like I'm. But it's protection.
If you had a full head of hair, would you still wear the cap?
I think so.
Yeah. So it's more about. So it's more when you're in public. It's so that people don't notice you, or is it?
Maybe that's something to do with it. I mean, not that.
But what you always wear a cap in this podcast too. So you think that the people watching maybe
no.
don't notice
It just became like a
habit.
When I was young, I started losing my hair when I was like 22.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be really handsome.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, people would think I'm Michael Jackson before he went fucked up, before he fucked himself up.
Yeah.
And then slowly the cruel aging process took its toll.
Yeah.
And this is now what I look like.
You look fine though. You've got the debonair kind of Yul Brynner.
The Yul Brynner thing.
Look.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the King and I.
What, dead?
Yeah. No. Yul Brynner.
When he was living.
Yes.
Phew.
Yeah.
But
I remember when I was a kid, I was so disturbed by that ad. I thought, I never want to smoke. Remember?
Well, it worked on you.
Don't smoke.
Yeah, it made me take up smoking.
And they released the commercial.
That's when I lost my hair. I want to be like
Yul Brynner.
I want to.
Yeah.
Don't smoke, whatever you do.
Remember, he died, and then they released the ad.
That's the good actor.
Whew,
he can come back from life to do the ad, to warn people.
That's method too. The whole point about it was if you smoke, you'll die, and that's commitment to the role.
Let's see if what's his name? Who died recently? James Bond.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Let's see if he comes back.
Yeah.
And tells us about meth.
Yeah.
I smoked meth.
Whatever you do,
it's not great. It's not
don't
great.
Snort.
Don't snort.
Are you familiar with meth?
That's nice.
Did you like that?
I know she kept that for a while. It was like the card. Because let him do his shitty impression. I'll wait and then I'll pull this one out. Well done. No,
he was well read. I asked him who his favorite author was.
Who was his favorite author?
I would have to say it's Dostoevsky.
That's a really good impression, man. It's now do De Niro. Yeah,
for those listening, it's not going to make any sense.
But I can narrate. I can narrate your mime.
It's pretty good.
He looks. I swear, it feels like De Niro is right there with me. I can do a little bit of Pesci.
Go.
Yeah. Hey, what do you mean funny? Why do I amuse you?
What am I, a clown?
Why am I a clown? How the fuck am I funny?
I don't know. I'm just saying you're funny. Funny how?
Funny how?
I don't.
It's got that high pitch.
And then there was that moment where Ray Liotta's looking and get the fuck out.
Yeah, I had him. I fucking had him.
It was a great film, wasn't it?
Yeah,
brilliant.
Goodfellas, fantastic.
They're not good fellas. They're naughty fellas.
Yeah,
that's what it should have been called.
Yeah.
Naughty fellas. But I was going back to my hair. It was the weirdest thing to just see yourself transform as you age. And I was young, and I had curly hair.
I remember.
Like old Michael Jackson.
You know who you reminded me of when I first saw you? Because you were opening for Jonathan.
Yeah.
And
Yul
that's
Brynner?
when I first saw... No, there was a guy... he was the lead... Because there was a commercial on TV at the same time for the band The Counting Crows.
Yeah.
And the lead singer of The Counting
Looked like
Crows...
me?
Well, he had this wild big hair, and I thought... it reminded me...
Or the guy from Wolf Mother.
Wolf Mother? Oh, yeah.
He can't get into like a single room. They have to get him a double room.
Yeah.
Or bed for his hair.
But I remember Ostentatious saying that you reminded him of Lenny Bruce.
Yeah, I've had that a couple of times.
And I can see a similarity there with Lenny Bruce, with you and Lenny Bruce.
I've had Billy Joel a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
You had Billy Joel?
I've had Billy Joel.
But you don't even have the thing. You don't even have... Because he grows the goatee.
No, but if you imagine me with a goatee, use your imagination.
Yeah, maybe. I've
Billy
never
Joel.
Andre Agassi.
I've had Andre Agassi.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
had Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I've had Carl Barron, of course.
Yes.
That's on a weekly basis.
Yes.
And I've had Lenny Bruce as well.
Yeah.
So kids don't know who Lenny Bruce is. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well,
Don't worry about it.
if you're watching this, we're putting up a photo.
Yeah.
And if you want to see it, look at it on YouTube because we do.
Yeah. He was the first
We do this on
first
YouTube as
person
well.
to swear on stage and talk about things that
Yeah, political things and really push the.
And this is in the 50s.
Yeah.
When there was segregation
Yeah,
still.
and he was arrested for that. He was like he broke the door open
For everybody else.
For people like George Carlin
That's
to
right.
step through.
Richard
and-
Pryor.
Yeah.
And he died. I think they killed him. Conspiracy again.
Well, with the overdose.
Yeah, because he was a big threat. That they had.
Well, they certainly did destroy his
Career,
yeah.
He used to say things that made sense. Like he'd say, I'd prefer my kid to watch a pornographic film than King of Kings, which is Jesus' crucifixion.
Yeah.
And he goes, because in porn you got people hugging and kissing and loving, and and this Jesus guy is being crucified, and he was the one who did the joke about if Jesus, when you wear crucifixes, imagine if he came back today and.
Was executed today.
Yeah, but people would be wearing little electric chairs
around their necks,
and instead of genuflecting, they would go. It's fantastic, but that was in the 50s. You couldn't say that.
Well, he would have cops standing side of stage listening to what he was saying. When eventually he said what they deemed to be, offensive or against the law, straight on stage, arrested on stage and taken off.
Yeah. This is
and George Carlin actually was arrested on the night one of the nights.
That's right.
And they ended up back in the
they're in the paddy wagon.
In the paddy wagon together.
And he says to George Carlin, this is very in for the comedians.
Yes.
He said, "What'd you get arrested for?" He goes, "I was protesting."
He was supporting him.
He was supporting Lenny.
And he said,
goes,
what did Lenny say?
He goes, "Oh, you're a schmuck. You're a schmuck." He goes, "Oh, fuck, that was a waste of time." But so that was a big background. So I don't look like him. He was quite.
When you mentioned Billy Joel before, you know who I think Billy Joel looks a lot like?
Who?
The author Paulo Coelho.
I don't know who the author Paulo Coelho is.
He wrote The Alchemist and...
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea what he looks like.
Oh, okay. And The Pilgrimage?
Oh, now I know what he looks like. Yeah, The Pilgrimage. Yeah. Looked like a bit like Billy Joel.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. He's The Alchemist,
But Billy
The
Joel
Pilgrimage, and Piano Man. He wrote all three.
But it's interesting when you look at early photos of Billy Joel, like from I remember when I was a kid, and he looks very different now. But he's one of the rockers or one of the musicians that has had no work done, no nothing. He's just, continued to look the way.
Well, that's obvious. Same with me. Guess what, folks? I haven't had any work done
But
on
as
my
my mum
face.
says about you, Saleh, he goes, Akmal has the great skin, so he doesn't age like others.
That's right. I don't age.
Got the good skin.
Oh yeah, she hasn't seen me for 20 years, right? She sees me now. I take it back. He's got terrible skin. Is he a lizard? Is he a lizard person? Yes. So yes, it's been an amazing year, and it's coming to an end. And people going, oh man, this has been a terrible year. I can't wait till it's over. As if the COVID's going to go, Happy New Year, everybody.
All right, I'm out of here. My job here is done.
It's been great. Thank you very
2021
much.
is going to be a great year and does not involve me.
I got to go.
But maybe they'll have a vaccine by,
Maybe.
by that. And we can, this is what
But the vaccine is not bound by the calendar.
No.
But people think it is. People think a new year, new hope.
Yes.
Nah.
See ya.
Nah. Put your mask back on.
So, just in terms of the political projection of the rest of the year, or into January 20th.
Yes.
So
2021.
So maybe they'll have. This is what I predict might happen, right? They might have a vaccine in the new year.
Yes.
And then Biden comes in as president. Vaccine, economy regrowth.
Yes.
And then Biden gets all the praise.
Possible.
That could happen.
That could happen. You're very on the ball.
That's a projection there.
You should be a pundit.
And then Trump takes off. He combines forces once again with Steve Bannon
and comes back 2024.
And but before that they start up their own news outlet. right?
Oh, yeah.
And because Trump's going to.
Are you predicting now? Like,
this is what I'm predicting,
like,
right?
like that blind nun from Bulgaria.
Yes, exactly. Although she was wrong.
She was
Remember,
wrong.
you said numerous podcasts ago that
Yes.
she had predicted that Trump would be the final president of the United
What
States.
a fucking idiot.
However,
But he's not president yet.
he's president-elect. So
That's right.
who knows?
He could die.
So
The military could take
let's
over.
check back on January 20th.
China's probably in the White House now.
Well, let's check
China,
back.
oh, you're not welcome here anymore.
Let's check back and see what happens on January 20th.
You know, it's not over yet.
But I'm just saying, after Trump leaves office, he's going to.
You think he will leave office?
Yeah,
But he'll be hanging onto the desk as they pull him by his
the
ankles.
SWAT team will come in and deal with it.
No, no,
Holding onto the curtain.
no! Stop the count. Yes.
So I think that's my prediction. Trump, because he's going to take all his view, because he's got a strong 71 million people plus voted for Trump.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's a strong support base that he has there.
But it wasn't the whitewash that they were expecting. So, enough people said yes to racism and chaos and hatred.
But they were expecting more Democrats. That's what all the polls were predicting.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, whitewash. Oh, okay.
They were,
I thought you were saying from Trump's side.
No,
Right.
no. I'm glad.
Yeah.
No. I'm glad we cleared that up. That's good, because that could have caused all sorts of confusion for future discussions.
Yes.
No, but people said, are they going to repudiate this hateful man and this crazy guy who's just self-interest and he's a fascist? But enough people went, nah, he's great.
Yeah.
Including people we know.
Yes.
You know, and I'm not, judging. I'm just saying it wasn't a clear-cut denouncement of all that shit. You know?
No, that's true.
Which is disappointing.
That's true.
in a way. However,
this is what I'm saying. He's going to take that big support base,
But
channel that away from Fox News that has normally been there into his own TV outlet.
Yes.
And he's going to keep his message, and he's going to remain prevalent in
it's like The Apprentice Part 2.
in media commentary, because that's what his thing is. That's what initially he's a reality
He's a
TV
star. Yeah.
So he's gonna. There's no way he's going to walk away from.
It's all about
from this kind of
ratings.
support.
You know, when the first debate, they said it didn't go so well, and you know what he said? He goes, "What are you talking about? The ratings were amazing." Fuck, okay.
Well, he must have hated it the next one when they had the town hall debates and Biden got higher ratings than
he got more.
Trump did.
Although Trump's was far more entertaining. And this is, So, we've got the highest mortality rate in the Western world. He goes, no, we have the lowest. Oh, okay. That's the end of that argument.
Well, what can you say to that?
Yeah.
Don't bring out statistics or facts.
Don't need it.
No.
You don't need it. That's what I learned from him. Is you can just bullshit if you have enough conviction.
Yes, and you repeat it enough.
People go, oh, it must be true. Why would he lie?
Did you? I don't know. Did you watch that Vic Berger documentary, The Vice? Vice got Vic Berger to make this documentary.
Vic Berger?
Yeah, Vic Berger does all these online.
It's so close to veggie burger. Isn't it like, can I have a Vic Burger, please? Okay.
I want a New South Wales burger.
Yeah.
So he basically makes all of these online videos. They're hilarious. Arj turned me onto it.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. You just go on YouTube and put in Vic, V-I-C.
Burger.
Burger, B-E-R-G-E-R. And he did like it was an hour plus documentary on the Trump, on his administration.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And there's so much like absurd edits, but it's got him like saying things over and over again, just edited together. So he has, backing up what you say, he has this kind of rhetoric that he just keeps on pushing.
This mantra.
And it's like the age-old, if you say a lie enough, people will believe you.
There's plenty of that. Without Vic Berger, there's a lot of YouTube compilations of him saying the same thing. It'll go away with the heat.
There's one.
And the best thing is when he went, scientists, idiots. I never thought of idiots. What are the experts? What do they know? That's great. But look, it's that's your prediction.
That is my prediction.
I'm far more pessimistic than you are.
Oh, right.
That's why this podcast's gone through the roof.
Yeah,
We got at least 200.
It's like COVID. It's gone viral.
Yeah, it's gone viral, and it's not. You can't stop it now.
I know.
Just people are putting
200 plus people listening on
at
YouTube.
least. And some of them are not even our family. We've done well.
I don't know how many people of this podcast are listening on Apple. I haven't seen the numbers really on who's listening.
Don't look at the
However,
numbers.
what I do know is we've had incredible positive response on this podcast.
Unheard of.
So for anyone listening who has commented thus far, it's like a resounding 5-star reviews on Apple. I saw.
Yes,
And
it's
usually-
rigged. It's rigged.
Yeah, it's a rigged election.
Yeah. My mum's doing it. She's doing it.
So whoever's voting, I just want to say personally, I've read the reviews,
Yes.
and it's very appreciated.
Yes.
And if anyone's listening and you feel like you want to share your thoughts on,
But also we welcome criticisms.
We do,
because
we-
because
yeah,
we can't
yeah.
expect everyone to agree.
no,
with
we
what
don't. We
you
don't.
know.
And I'm sure there's going to be people that listen to this that have different political views. but-
Man, when I was on the radio,
Yeah.
I used to make the mistake because I never check what's been written because I might have 1,000 positive comments.
Yeah.
The one negative comment
that's going to get all your focus.
it'll spoil my day.
Yeah.
That's all I'll think about.
Sure,
So I've stopped
sure.
looking at it. But when I was on radio, it was mostly negative. It was all like, fuck this guy, he's an idiot. There was a guy put up a website
Yeah.
entitled "Let's Kill Akmal."
I remember that.
Yeah, and the police got involved.
Yeah.
Because people were suggesting how I should die. And it was terrible. People say, like,
God.
why don't you tie him up and get 2 horses to run in the opposite direction, like in the Roman days, and watch him get ripped apart? I'm like, fuck, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And why don't you, like, put
I was just thinking, it'd be worse if there were like 2 Shetland ponies and it just
Yeah, yeah.
continues. Like
just-
it's
I'm
more,
go-
they're more injuring you and as opposed to
it's a
tearing
very
you
long
apart.
term
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
like, oh, fuck, 2 months later, oh, fuck, people are going to come and feed me, feed the
There's
ponies.
children riding the ponies.
Yeah, it's my son's birthday. Can you ride one of your ponies while he rips you apart? Sure, no problem. So I tend not to read them, but it's okay to have negative feedback as well because at least people are listening.
Sure. So I guess the message is, whoever's listening, people can go and comment on YouTube and put their comments. They can go on to Apple podcasts and put their comments
Tell us what
and-
you think.
Yes.
Maybe you think we're full of shit. Sometimes I think we're full of shit, but we probably are.
Yeah.
Everyone's full of shit, really.
To some degree.
To some degree, they are.
yeah.
But it's great to, look. Just final word on the Biden thing.
Oh yeah.
You're very optimistic, and I like optimism,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's difficult. I'm a very pessimistic, gloomy person
Mm-hmm.
by nature. I always think, and that way I'm never disappointed. If I look at the worst case scenario and things don't work out
Well,
the way I predicted,
and there is room for that too.
Yes.
It's like because Trump's all about positivity, right? He as he says, I'm all about the focusing on the positive. You know how he says
Yeah,
that. So
yeah,
when it
yeah.
came to COVID, his reason for not letting the public know because I don't want to scare the public, I want to keep it upbeat and positive. But there is time for pessimism and is time for questioning.
Yeah.
Like if you got a tidal wave
if he
coming,
cared about, but he only cared about his
his own personal interest,
His personality cult.
So I think, but I'm optimistic until a certain point. If there is if there's a train coming and you're tied to the tracks, well,
It's hard to be optimistic.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to end well.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It's
No,
better-
don't help me.
It's best to think of an exit strategy, right? As
Yes.
opposed to go, this is fine.
Look, so I think that there's going to be a depression in the world overall. I think
Economic
because
or
this
just
has never
depression
happened.
in general.
Well, we've had depressions without a virus, right?
Yeah, sure.
And so you think of all the businesses that have gone. I mean, they just like in Australia, just Qantas alone, thousands.
I just read this week or last week how they're laying off all of the all the service desks are gone. So if you have baggage or service problems,
So that's got to have a long-term effect on the economy.
Yeah.
And that's because there are people who are manipulating the system. As long as they don't lose,
puppeteers.
the puppeteers cannot lose.
Yeah.
So if there's
Well, what about Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Bezos,
Yeah.
not on a Jeff Bezos.
You don't know Jeff Bezos?
No, who's Jeff Bezos?
He's the richest
I
man.
can't stop saying Jeff Bezos.
The richest man in the world.
He's not, is he?
He is.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Well, have you got his number for him?
He's got a shaved head. He doesn't have hair.
He doesn't have hair. He can
you go.
afford it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah, he owns Amazon.
I didn't know Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
I should ring him up. Say, Jeff, we're bald. I'm bald like you.
Yeah, come on.
Pay
give
my
me-
mortgage.
Give me some money.
Please.
He's made a killing during this pandemic.
Yeah,
His stocks have gone up. His wealth has gone up.
Yeah,
so he's done very well out of this.
Yeah. There are people who cannot lose. They represent the house. The house never loses. So if a war breaks out, they're selling weapons to both sides. They can't lose. Doesn't matter who wins.
Sure.
It's irrelevant. They're making money. Is the root of all evil. So I think there's going to be some really tough times ahead, and the poorest people will probably suffer the most.
Yeah.
And then we'll get through it.
Yeah.
Eventually. So I feel sorry for Biden. I think he's inherited some.
Yes, he has inherited.
Not only did he inherit economic collapse, he's already but also inherited a divided country, a collapsed economy. All his allies.
We have to keep in mind, though, in historical context, that the country has been very divided throughout its history. Just look at the Civil War, right? But there has been some kind of growth. From that, but I think now it's just a lot more prevalent the how divided the country is.
Yeah, so I hope it doesn't get violent because I hate violence.
Yeah,
some people love it. I hate it.
Likewise.
I don't like fighting, and I've never been in a fight in my life.
No, nor have I.
I run.
Yeah. Likewise.
I'm a coward.
Yeah.
I run, but you're bigger than me. You could, and you do Wing Chun.
But see, the whole ethos of Wing Chun is
don't fight.
You never fight.
Run.
Fight.
Why do you do the? Forget paying him then. Just run.
But it's there as a backup.
Just
I guess.
practice running.
I don't even know if it would work if I got into a fight.
You've never used it?
No, not. I've sparred, but not in a practical sense.
You must not fight.
Yeah, you never fight.
What if that happened at Wimbledon?
Yeah, I know. Come on, we've been practicing for 5 years now. You never play. You never play.
Oh, how pointless. Man, these martial artists.
Yeah,
bullshit artists.
They are.
Bullshit artists. Study bullshit artists. Artistry. That's Trump's next business. I can teach you how to bullshit.
Bullshit artists.
Be convincing. No matter how outrageous.
How to talk your way out of a fight.
Yes. But did you see, have you seen the Borat film?
I have not. I want to see that.
Yeah. Look, he's, look, I
wanted to see it, but it's on Amazon Prime. I don't have Amazon.
No, but what you do...
I cancelled Amazon Prime.
No, what you do is you join for free for a month.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you watch it, you cancel your subscription.
Is it a month?
It's a trick.
Or a week?
Month for free. Month for free.
I did that on Apple TV to watch the new Bruce Springsteen documentary, Letter to You.
Yeah.
It was great.
And did you cancel?
Yeah, then I cancelled
That's
a week
fantastic.
later.
Everyone should do that. They'll be out of business in a couple of weeks.
And it's only $4.99 a month.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but then I noticed there's only a certain amount that you can watch on Apple TV, and then you got to purchase all the others.
Yeah, but Prime's unlimited, and so I actually joined Stan to watch the other Sacha Baron Cohen film where he's the one where he talks to politicians dressed as the
not Planet America, that's the ABC. Yeah, the one about the US.
Yeah. I really wanted to watch that, so I joined.
And you didn't cancel.
I cancelled.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It was fantastic. I watched it for free.
Great.
It's there are ways to cheat the system.
There are
little things, not huge, not in the Trump sort of territory, but I still pay tax.
Yeah.
A lot of tax.
Yes. Yeah, we all do.
And I don't even earn any money.
Well, I know this year. I wonder what the tax will be on this year.
Fuck. Like he's do they still have 2-cent coins?
The one with the echidna, the 5-cent coin.
Yeah, he's my contribution.
Put it towards next year.
Keep the change.
Yeah.
It's he really pushes it. Like if I was like 19, 20.
Yeah.
I would have laughed my head off, and I did laugh a lot. But there were moments, and this might be an aging thing, where I actually felt sorry for the victims.
But you felt that he took the prank too far?
Yeah, he took the prank too far, and he was using, he was exploiting these people's niceness. They were actually, most of his victims were actually nice people.
Yeah.
And I found myself going, oh, that's just too much.
Right.
And go, fuck, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
That's what old people
Because I remember
think.
the last time when he would get the two guys making out in the cage fight.
Yeah, yeah.
And everyone's going nuts, I thought that was funny. I
thought it was hilarious.
And I didn't feel so, because it wasn't, are you saying that his pranks are more cruel now?
Oh, no, there was a couple of moments where I thought, man, you could have pulled back on that a little bit.
Right.
I actually started feeling sorry for the person.
Right.
This woman. I won't give it away because if you haven't watched it, I recommend you watch it.
Okay.
It's really it's sort of classic Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
He's getting this crowd of Trump supporters to say kill chop Obama like the Saudis chop people.
Yeah.
and they I don't remember the actual chant, and they're chanting it.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's good at that.
Inciting.
Well, he's bringing out the hatred that's already there, and he's great. But and he's with his daughter. There's a couple of scenes. There's one particular scene that I went, oh,
yeah,
ooh,
too
much.
Too much. I got to figure out how to watch it.
Well, I just told you.
Yeah,
Join Prime, then cancel.
John Prime.
Yeah, or I can just retell you.
Yeah, you can just.
You've got a good imagination from beginning to end.
I can picture.
Yeah,
I just pictured what happened in that part.
Yeah.
And there's the scene with Rudolph Giuliani. But
man, and it didn't affect his career.
Well, no, of course,
not one bit.
Yeah,
he was about to have sex with a girl.
Was he or wasn't he?
Well, she flirted with him.
Yeah,
but fuck, man, he's a granddad.
Yeah,
and she said, "Come, you're my hero." And they did this whole play. I will spoil this for you because
this is the big payoff, though, of it, isn't it?
It's a big payoff.
Should
I say it?
Why don't I watch it and we'll talk about it?
No, I'm not spoiling it because it's already been in the media.
Okay.
All right, it's a big story.
Okay.
So, Sacha Baron Cohen is really clever because he's Borat, but in disguise.
Right, yeah.
So he's Borat, the character of Borat, but in disguise so people don't recognize him. And he's being the sound guy to this young girl, and his girl is his daughter. And she kicks Sacha Baron Cohen, goes, no, come on, I want to do this interview by myself. And she's sitting there and she's flirting with him. And she says, you want to come to my bedroom? And he goes, oh, you're a lovely young girl. Geez, you're nice, I don't know, I turned Australian suddenly.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
You're a hot Sheila.
Yeah. Well, he goes, I must have your number, and we'll get in touch again. And he's got this like sleazy old man, horny look. Yeah. And he gets into bed, and he lies in the bed, and then puts his hand down his pants and starts masturbating. No. Man, when you watch it,
from what I heard of this,
I'm telling you, I saw it.
Okay.
Don't believe what you hear.
Okay.
This is and he puts it right down, and he starts, just masturbating. I could demonstrate if you like, but and then just. I think if you waited another few seconds, you would have pulled it out, and then he would have finished.
Well, why not just let him go?
Well, I don't know. I guess Borat comes out of the cupboard dressed in lingerie, like ladies' lingerie, kind of.
Yeah.
And he goes, Rudy, she's 15. She's way too old for you. She's 15. And Rudy goes, oh fuck. He just looks panicky. He says, who is this guy? I gotta get out of here. And so he gets out of the hotel room, and Sacha Baron Cohen's chasing him in lingerie, going, wait, I can do golden showers. I've been in prison. I can do amazing things with my mouth. and Rudy's running.
You're bolting for it.
I mean, that's brilliant. That's just so good. But there were a few scenes where I thought you're exploiting.
Yeah,
if you went just...
But he wasn't exploiting Giuliani, though.
No, not at all. Okay. No, fuck no.
So it's just showing some...
But that's the golden rule of comedy, is you punch up. Mm-hmm. But there was this one woman who was like a lovely woman.
Don't tell me. I'm going to watch it.
I won't tell you.
Then we can talk.
That's enough.
We can talk more about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got to say, it is... I was watching just this week, SBS On Demand, which is free.
Yeah.
You just got to put up with some crappy ads every so often. Come in. But I was watching a documentary on Sam Kinison.
Oh yeah,
one of the comedy greats.
Yes, if you don't know Sam Kinison, look him up and watch what he does. He was a genius, very original. Crazy.
Really broke a lot of ground. Very confronting humor.
And then someone threw him under the bus.
No.
He got hit by a bus, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
He died. He got hit by a bus.
No, he didn't get hit by a bus.
How did he die?
He had a head-on collision on the freeway with a oncoming pickup truck.
Oh well, that's.
He was driving his Corvette.
I was told something different.
Yeah, no.
You sure?
No. You're thinking of the Melania Trump thing when friends thrown under the bus.
Thrown under the bus.
Yeah, the friend said as an example, as a metaphor for of what happened.
In Australia, the buses are always late. So
so you
threw me under the bus. Got plenty of time.
you got 10 minutes to get up.
Yeah, fuck, I knew it.
Now it was interesting watching the history of his of his life. Like he came from a very religious
He was a minister.
background. He was, yeah. His father was a
I'm
Baptist,
glad I got something right eventually.
a Baptist preacher,
Yeah.
as was his two brothers.
Yes.
and
So you're born into
and
it.
he was too. He wasn't a very good preacher though, because apparently he
Said fuck a lot.
no, he had a struggle with asking people for money. Like he would say to his like family and stuff like, look at these people that they can't afford it. Why am I? And they're saying, no, your success as a preacher comes off on how much money you generate. That's how you make a
business.
living. And he had a real so like
That's what Jesus said.
So 7 years he was basically a broke preacher, you know. And then he moved out to LA. He started doing comedy stand up in Houston. And then Rodney Dangerfield turned up and saw him and said, you know, this kid's good. He's good.
It's funny.
Hey, he knows a thing or two about comedy.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very
And
good.
So he basically he went to LA and was, you know, trying to break through, but it wasn't really working for him. And so Mitzi Shaw brought in, who was the owner
of the comedy store.
owner of the comedy store, the mother of Paulie Shaw.
Yes.
And his father was a stand-up comic as well, Mitzi's husband.
Well, you seem to know a lot about the
history of
Mitzi family.
Yeah, well, that, I've always been kind of interested in the history of the whole. I read a book years ago on the history of American.
But he
comedy.
came along and just changed the rules.
Yeah. Well, Rodney Dangerfield put him on his young comedian special, and after that, everything opened up. He got an HBO special.
Yeah,
he got he got the Tonight Show. Got all of these major Letterman. Got a movie deal. Like everything just took off for him after that. So,
But he was a preacher still.
no, he was
Oh, no,
a
comedian.
stand-up comic then.
I see. I was trying to be funny then, but no. But he presented his act like a preacher.
Yeah, he had
was
that
like- he was
delivery and that-
And Jesus!
he was
Where
very...
you from, mate? Jesus!
but some of his stuff is very funny.
You don't find me funny? I'll pray for you. You have a demon inside you.
The Lord of Comedy has blessed you.
Yes, the Lord of... maybe he put demons in people.
Yeah.
You know, just reverse the whole thing.
But man, he had so many opportunities that he fucked up to drugs, and it kind of reminded me of Jonathan in a way. You know, some of those. And actually, Corey Feldman was friends with him, doing drugs a lot with him.
Maybe imagine if he, like, 'cause he was a preacher. Imagine if he went the opposite, like, you know, Reverend Kinnison. This boy doesn't have a devil inside him. Oh, we're gonna fix that. Say, come on, devil,
I like how
invade the kid.
He turned into Mr. T then.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna fix that.
Oh yeah, right. Whenever I'm in doubt, I just go to black boy.
Yeah.
Hey, say boy, look mighty cute named Jeans. Now get on over here.
But what reminded me of something when I saw the documentary, I saw Corey Feldman in it.
Corey Feldman,
who was, when I was a kid, I thought, man, this guy's cool. Corey Feldman was in Stand By Me.
Stand By Me.
Remember? Classic.
Yeah.
It was
amazing film.
That was one of my favorite films growing up. It was based on a Stephen King novel called The Body, or novella, short story.
Yeah.
And
Midwest kind of boys.
you know, there's a murder, and they hear about the kid that died by, not a murder, sorry, he was fishing, and he got hit by the train, and they go off on a journey to...
And they're young, they're like, teenagers, not even.
And River Phoenix, that was one of his first roles.
Yeah, they're like 10-year-olds.
Early teens. And a great film. I watched it a few years ago again, and it still got to me.
Oh, yeah, great.
And especially those moments of Robert Duvall as the... no, not Robert Duvall.
Robert De Niro?
No.
Robert Helpman?
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss. There wasn't even a Robert in there. I was on the wrong track.
Same generation.
You took me on the wrong track on purpose.
Same generation. Robert Rodriguez, same generation.
Yeah.
And just the scenes of him with the...
Robert Kennedy?
With the film score playing and him reflecting on his youth and his life. It's very moving. It's a very touching film. So anyway, getting back to my point. So... Corey Feldman was in that. A lot of films when I was growing up. The Lost Boys, remember that film?
Yeah.
He was in that, and The Burbs. He was in with Tom Hanks.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
Yeah. So I remember growing up watching this guy, thinking, man, this guy's he's cool. Yeah. So when I first get to America, Amazing Jonathan, he says, man, we got to go to this. It's a celebrity signing event. I'm like, well, what's that? And he goes, all these celebrities, they come together and you can meet them and they sign photos. I'm like, this sounds interesting.
They don't sign like for deaf people.
No.
So
they sign for you. So I turn up there And the first person I see is Lou Ferrigno, you know, the Incredible Hulk.
The original Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
And bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm. And there's and there's like Linda Blair from The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
And there's members of like Hogan's Heroes, and you know, just all these different shows from. I'm thinking, oh wow, and they got these 8x10s, and they signed it, and you know, $20, $30,
$20,
whatever. You know, you get a signed photo, get a photo with them. You know, it's all like. Yeah. But I just found it interesting. You know,
I'll say I'll swap you a photo of me, and then we'll trade it up. We'll trade it even. Yeah.
And so seeing all these you know, different people coming and going, you should have been here last month. Mr. T was here.
Yeah.
And even for me, I was thinking, wow, Mr. T.
Like the Simpsons goes, I missed Mr. T. They said I kept going. He was in the mall. I kept saying, I'll go later. And when I went, he was gone. And I asked the man, is he coming back? He said he didn't know.
Is that Homer?
Yeah.
So I see down in the corner, there's this guy, hunched forward, long hair. I see a stack of 8x10s. And I walk up. It's Corey Feldman. No one's lining up to see him. Just
sad.
Sitting there by himself.
Sad.
I look down.
Just like me after a show.
I look down and I see a printed sign saying $30 for a signed autograph. Scratched out, $20. With a marker pen.
Oh, yeah.
Scratched out.
We'll pay you.
$15.
Yeah.
$15.
Oh.
I was like, oh no. And I said to him, oh, hey, man. And he looks at me and goes, hey, how are you? And I thought, oh, my God, what's happened to him?
Yeah, give me 10.
And I said,
give me a kilo.
I said, have you got any, you know, photos from Stand By Me? I thought, I'll get a signed photo of Stand By Me. Because I looked down and these photos were of him posed as Michael Jackson. So it's got him wearing the glove.
Maybe it was Michael Jackson.
The glove, the thing, and the hat, and you know, the Michael Jackson. I'm thinking, well, it's kind of bizarre, but I went, you know, have you got any Stand By Me? He said, no, maybe one of the guys over there. I know he's got a lot of, you know, different, you know, 8x10s. So I go over there and I said, do you have anything from Stand By Me? But it was all just like River Phoenix and stuff. There was nothing.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad. I went back and I said, I'll buy one. I bought one, and I got it signed to a friend of mine at the time, to Justin.
That's nice. Yeah.
And I gave it to him as a
good on you. Now I'm sure he's.
But after me, I was like, I told someone. I said, man, he just looks so down. And he goes, oh yeah, he's a heroin addict. I went, oh God, and it just sort of.
So you just contributed to his addiction. Good on you, Joel. That's the way. He's something towards your. Might get a couple of grams with that.
Yeah. And so, but afterwards, it kind of like shocked me, like, because I went to the, you know, growing up watching all of this stuff, thinking, this is, you know, welcome to Hollywood, and you go to this thing, and it's like, wow, it just kind of put the whole sort of Hollywood system into perspective.
Oh, yeah,
and then there was a mall, the Fox Hill Mall, just down the road from where I lived, and what's his name? Coleman.
Oh yeah, Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman from Different Strokes.
Now.
Yeah, from Different Strokes. He was a security guard there.
Yeah.
At the mall.
They used him in The Simpsons as a security guard.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
So this was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he was a security guard there. And then I heard that he got fired from there because he slapped a lady who asked for his autograph, and he said, no, I'm on duty, I'm sorry, I can't. And she kept on asking him, and then when he said,
what you talking about, lady? I ain't done an autograph.
She called him a little washed up has-been, so he slapped her.
Oh yeah.
And then he got fired, and then I heard that he was a host at a laser tag, you know, place where you go play laser tag.
Good stories.
Yeah, so it just kind of puts into perspective when you're a kid and you look up to all these.
Corey Feldman was the guy who basically was shunned by Hollywood because he was way before the QAnon, you know, pedophilia thing came out. He was pushing, you know about that?
Yeah.
And so, you know, so maybe there is some truth to it.
He released a documentary recently, earlier this year, on pedophilia in Hollywood.
But it's the same as QAnon. I mean, so maybe there is. Why would he do that if it was complete bullshit? You know?
Yeah. I don't know. But he's something else though. Have you seen like his performances, like where he has his angels and girls that are playing like piano and guitar, and he gets up there and he was on the Today Show. You haven't seen that performance?
No.
I'm going to send it to for anyone listening. Just type in Corey Feldman Today Show performance. It's
Corey
something else.
Feldman, the heroin tour.
But then all these women came out, and he did this big tour, and they came out and said that it was just like slave labor. They never got paid.
Yeah.
How he just
like Trump.
Yeah. And so I don't know him as a character. I don't know. It's questionable.
Well, who knows? But it's sad to see someone fall from. I also read something similar to that. Was Gilligan, the guy who played Gilligan.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name?
I can't recall. But
Yeah, no one can recall.
Yeah, but I
no
know
one.
who you mean.
Yeah, Gilligan. He'll always be Gilligan for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
There you go, Gilligan. But he hasn't done any acting since Gilligan.
Right.
And what he does now is he travels with this one-man show, answering questions
About Gilligan
Yeah, that's the show.
and the island.
Yeah. And people go and pay tickets.
I can picture it now. He's got like the blow up palm tree.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
a stage set.
Yeah.
He's got a projector with images.
I have a question for you, Gilligan.
Yes.
It was a 3-hour tour. It was just 1.5 hours there, 1.5 hours. How the fuck did you get lost for that long? Well, that's a very good question. I'm prepared to answer it, but not tonight. That's sad, though.
Would you go see that show? If it
Of
came
course.
out? Yeah.
How could you not?
Is he still alive? Is he still
I
touring?
don't know. I don't know if he is. I hope he's dead because, it would be, his suffering will end.
Yeah.
At least, because that's sad.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not that sad.
But what about remember David Hasselhoff in Knight Rider, and I
Yes.
thought he was like the coolest with a talking car and
Yeah,
incredible.
can't top a
He's
talking
got a
car.
leather jacket and talking car. It's like, but then you see
You're sleeping in the car now. Yeah.
and
You must get out of me, Michael.
shut up.
Was it Michael?
Yeah. Shut up,
Yeah.
kid. And
kid.
and he came out to Australia, and my friend Grant, who you know,
Yes, I know.
I bought him a single front row ticket to see him perform at the State Theatre.
Yeah.
And had all raring to go, and they cancelled the show.
Why? Because you got drunk.
No, but I just don't think the numbers. Like he couldn't fill out the
It was
theatre.
just Grant.
Yeah.
It was just Grant.
but then he did a show at Lazot's.
Lazot. We've done a show in Lazot.
No, not together. No. But that's for anyone that doesn't know, Lazot's is a small music venue.
Newcastle.
Yeah, how many people do you think? Maybe
200?
200 people?
The most.
Max.
Yeah.
Max, maybe 150.
It's a little
Anyway,
room,
he was
yeah.
and I got Grant.
But Fleetwood Mac performed there.
Mick Fleetwood did.
Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah, Mick Fleetwood did.
Not the Mac.
No, Mac was gone.
Fleet
McVie was not there.
minus the Mac.
Yeah.
Macless.
Yeah, Macless Fleet. and he performed there.
Yeah.
And I got Grant tickets to go and see him.
Again. Well,
Grant never went. He said he was busy. So the joke was on me.
joke was on you.
But he did run into David Hasselhoff, Grant did,
Yeah,
in the city.
and
And
he
he
said-
ran into him and I said, "What'd you say?" And he goes, "It just came out. I just went, Hoff." And he went,
yeah.
"Hey!"
Hey, you're the guy that bought a ticket
and then-
to Lazot's. I remember, and you didn't show up.
Yeah,
We waited for you. We waited for an hour. You
There was
didn't
no
come.
show then.
What's going on? Yeah, I don't know. Beware of fame is
A transient thing.
fragile mistress.
Yes, a fragile mistress.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
But it's something though that I think it's got to be kept in perspective, because I think people get famous and they because I've been able to look at fame, from afar, behind the scenes, hanging out with,
That's why. Yeah, sorry. Go on.
No, go on.
No, I loved Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes when he said, "Look, you people are privileged. You make enormous money.
Sure.
We don't want to hear what your opinion is. Don't tell us who to vote for.
Sure.
Don't tell us how to behave. Just take your award and get the fuck out."
Yeah, sure.
I love that. That was the
Yeah,
best.
sure.
Because it's so true.
But I still think, like people hated not everyone, but certain people like John Wayne hated Brando for him speaking out against racial injustice.
Yeah.
But I think.
But John Wayne was a famous racist.
Yeah, but I think I kind of like use it however you want, really. But me personally, I think
but Brando never preached. He
put his career on the line.
That's right.
He put everything on the line. He marched in those civil rights movements.
But that's different. That's different to standing up and saying, I want. Is it different? Maybe not.
No. But when he got the Academy Award for The Godfather in the 70s, and he had a Native American girl get up there and speak on his behalf.
And she wouldn't accept the
She
award.
wouldn't accept it on his behalf, and I think that's fine.
But that was good.
But
yeah.
people say this is like a religious, sacrimonious.
Look, I'll tell you something. If I win an Academy Award, I'm not going to accept it.
No,
I'm going to send someone. You, maybe
Billy Joel.
I'll send Billy Joel to accept it on my behalf and say I'm protesting the fact that I'm not getting enough gigs.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Well, Woody Allen didn't go to accept his award either.
I was thinking Billy Joel at the Grammys. Remember that year when Frank Sinatra was up there, and it was his final time ever at a big, public, public appearance.
Yes.
And it was basically like his farewell speech,
Yeah, yeah.
They start playing him off. The orchestra starts going. They're like, get him off. And then he paused for a moment, and the thing ad break, and no more Sinatra. And everyone was like, "What the fuck? Like, this is the last time we're probably going to get to see him."
Wrap him up.
Played him off, the chairman of the board.
Yeah.
So that night, Billy Joel got on, and he was singing "River of Dreams," and they got to the point. He stopped the song, and he just turned and looked at the audience. And just waited for a moment, and he just then looked at his watch and said, "Valuable airtime, commercial time, valuable airtime," and just kept on saying that, and then bam, back into the song. I thought,
and then they started playing the music. Wrap him up.
but I thought that was a nice on the piano. But I thought that was a nice, a nice moment of protest from Billy which got the point across, and then continued.
The thing is about this world, and especially the Western world, and especially the US of A. Everything's about money. Anything that threatens money is dealt with harshly. Anything that threatens the wealth and the increase of wealth, no matter who you are.
Hit on the head.
Yeah, so there's a guy paid $50 million for an ad. He's going to miss out on that. So he'll go, fuck, I'm not paying. You didn't give me the full time. Fuck Sinatra.
Yeah.
Money talks and bullshit walks.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And you can apply that to everything in life. Everything.
Well, it's the age-old follow the money. I agree with that.
That's it.
You want to find out where all the problems are coming from, where all the injustice is, follow the money.
Follow the money. That's right.
Follow the money.
If it was the Pope giving a wrap him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is interesting, though, is remember when Kevin Spacey was called out for
touching young boys? Yes.
And
you had trouble saying that, didn't you?
I was trying to figure out the way to word it.
Yeah. He fucking kids. That's what he does.
He was called,
I don't know if he did that.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Let's not.
It did not go that far.
We don't want to get
I believe
sued.
he jumped on top of one of them at a party when he was like 14.
Maybe he was playing Twister.
Actor. And
maybe it was Twister.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was.
Maybe he tripped.
Yeah.
With an erection.
I don't think so. No, I heard things about Spacey when he was out here doing Richard III. Because at the time he was staying on a friend's parents' friend's boat.
Oh, danger.
So rather than staying in a hotel, he stayed on a boat on the harbour.
Oh, yeah.
And you would hear he would have a lot of young gentlemen
come and visit
on the boat, and as long as they're of age and it's all
delivery for Spacey,
whatever. Yeah. But it was you just heard. So when I heard that this happened, I was like, oh well, that makes sense then. Yeah.
But they weren't underaged.
I don't know. I do not know. I don't. Don't
ask questions.
I don't have the details.
Best not to ask.
That was never said to me, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But so when it happened, I thought, oh yeah, well this kind of makes sense. But however, he had this top rating show, House of Cards, at the time. Right?
Yes, it was a good show.
Yeah. So I was surprised when they because I thought, you know what, they're going to let this go for a while, and then eventually they'll bring the show back and bring him back into the show. But no, this whole the Me Too movement grew so big that it actually trumped the amount of money that they would make off of that show. So there might be an example of where money didn't win in the end, perhaps, because they would have lost a lot of money getting rid of him out of the show, right? I think they did another season, and it was Robin Wright.
But it still came down to money. They probably thought,
if we keep him, we're going to lose money. Yeah, there's going to be a bigger financial risk.
Start fresh.
Sure.
I bet you money was the determining factor.
And that's why Ellen will come back.
Ellen will come back because she's still rating.
Yeah.
And she has come back.
Oh, she has?
She has.
Okay. All right. Well, then there you go.
Yeah, money. It's all integrity and credibility and all that, and doing the right thing. Even criminality will take precedence over profit.
Yeah.
Always.
That sounds like a title, Precedence over Profit.
Yes, President over Profit by Akmal Saleh.
Yeah.
It's another book that will end up being a prop up for speakers. Look,
Yes,
we're looking at
yes, we're looking at the books.
I see my failure everywhere in this office. At least the books are getting some good uses.
They're being put to use.
Yeah, they're open. They're doorstops.
Yeah, that's. I think in Aaron's office over there, I can see through there that it's propping up.
That period when we didn't have toilet paper.
Yeah, the books came.
Man,
in handy.
that came in handy.
Remember that?
Yeah, a lot of my life story.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it helped.
Well, I think this. I think once again we've covered a lot.
Yes, I can't remember anything we've said.
You can't?
No.
You can't remember?
Corey Feldman.
We can't remember what we spoke about?
I think I said something that will probably need to be edited out.
What was that?
It's the thing about, I don't know, I'll talk to you after we stop filming.
Not the thing about Melania.
No. That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
What was it? Tell me what it was.
No,
that we all remember.
Well, the Kevin Spacey thing, I said something that I'm not sure about.
No, I
don't know. I don't know.
I clarified that and say that he has not been accused.
I know, but I said it, so I look like an idiot.
But you're okay. Now that you're aware of it, let's put this to the test. You're aware of the statement that you made, and
I hate people making statements just based on nonsense.
Well, then
I just did that.
What about conspiracy theories?
What about conspiracy? What about this podcast? What about my entire career?
All right, so you're retracting that statement from earlier.
No, look, I would hate to, if it wasn't true, I would hate to just make something up.
I corrected you, and then you went, oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
So it's
okay, yeah.
That statement's fine because you made a statement, yet when you were corrected, you were willing to change.
Because I know Kevin Spacey listens to this podcast religiously, and, he will not hesitate to sue me.
Yeah.
You, by implication.
Yeah, okay. Well, Kevin Spacey's a good actor.
Good actor.
That's all I'm saying. But I'm not condoning.
Yes, Bill Cosby's a good comedian.
Yeah, but I'm not condoning his behaviour, though.
Rolf Harris was great at the wobble board. Fantastic. Introduced the world to the wobble board.
Kevin Spacey came to Jonathan's show in Vegas.
Did he?
I saw the show, yeah.
Did he touch him up?
No, I was too old for him by then.
No, I mean, oh yeah, you were too old.
Yeah, I think I was only like 17 at the time.
Oh, fuck, right, yeah, that's no. Yeah. Well, but you can sometimes, can you separate the person's behavior, his character from his talent or what he contributes?
Well, I heard...
Because apparently Mozart was a dirty person.
He
used to stick his finger in his ass and then get people to smell it.
Yeah.
That's Wolfgang Amadeus
Mozart,
the greatest composer of all time.
Arguably.
The voice of God.
You could say Beethoven.
Yeah, you could say, arguably. If you're going to go arguably. Allegedly.
Allegedly, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Now...
very smart people have said that.
I have heard Charles Manson's music.
Yeah?
And I don't like it. It's not very good.
Well,
and so it kind of. What about?
I didn't know he was a musician.
Yeah.
I know he loved the Beatles.
Get this, my friend Vince, who lives in New York, good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I tell you, my friend Vince should write a book or should do like a one-man show. He has so
Look
many,
where my books ended. But
he has so many interesting stories. Now he was driving once.
That is interesting.
From LA.
Yeah.
He had a van. He was driving from LA to San Francisco. And he stopped off at Big Sur on the way, and it was like this kind of.
What's Big Sur?
Big Sur's on the way up. It's an area. It's like an area on the drive up. It's got Big Sur. It's got it's on the Pacific Coast Highway.
Next to Miss Medium.
SUR.
Yeah.
And it's got classic redwood trees, and it's a beautiful spot.
Yeah, I've done that drive.
You've done it.
I've done LA to
San Francisco.
Beautiful mountains.
Did you go to San Simeon to the Hearst Castle?
No.
Oh, it's beautiful. Hearst Castles, yeah.
Beautiful landscape.
And like Cannery Row along the way?
I don't know any of that.
All right.
I didn't. Yeah, come on. I wasn't expecting it. Why am I being interrogated? We just drove.
So anyway, Vince, this is back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Vince is driving from LA to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Stops off at Big Sur on the way. And there was this sort of camping area and a sort of commune, people hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
And he was traveling with a friend. and one of the friends knew someone who was there and said, "Listen, there's this guy I know who I've met. He wants it right up to Berkeley."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Yeah, I'll give him a." He comes over. Charlie comes over. It's Charles Manson.
How old is this guy?
Now he's in his early 70s.
Okay.
And at that time, we didn't know who Charles Manson was. He had his acoustic guitar.
Did he have
with
the
him.
tattooed Schwartz sticker on his forehead? Not yet. That's a bit of a giveaway.
He had his acoustic guitar.
And
with him.
if you have a Schwartz sticker on your face, that's a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah.
They say don't judge a book by its cover, but
Well,
fuck
there
it.
you go.
No, you can judge that one.
Yes. So he's got Charlie in the back of the van, and Charlie's strumming and playing this song over and over on the guitar. And Vince like politely initially says, hey Charlie, can you knock that off? And, yeah. Keep on driving.
Yeah, I've got a request.
Keeps on playing again and playing it. Vince got the shits. He eventually pulled over the van and said, "Charlie, I can't take this. You got to get the fuck out. You're killing me, man." He's like, "Okay, man. I won't.
Okay, I will kill you."
So you can.
You don't tell Charlie Manson you're killing me.
He doesn't know it's Charlie, man. He just knows this guy's Charlie, who's some hippie playing.
But that would be an interesting end to the story. Man, you're killing me. I am. Yeah. Stop it. Stop it.
So he drives him up drops him off at the house.
Yeah.
This guy Tex comes out of the house, right? And says, "Man, we're having a party. You got to come in." And these girls come out and invite Vince into the party. But Vince is like, I don't know about this guy. I don't want to hang out with this guy. He goes, "Thanks, Charlie. Thanks for, all the best to you." Takes off, right?
Lucky.
Sometime later.
Because the party could end quickly once you get your throat slashed.
Yeah.
End of party.
So sometime later, Vince is down at the down on Malibu, right? Playing volleyball.
Of course, yeah.
And he hears this, Vince! Turns around, that's Charlie again, walking over to him. "How are you, man?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, Charlie, yeah, how you doing?" And he's just chatting with him, and he says, "You got to come up to the ranch, and you got to hang out." Which is Spawn Ranch, where Charles Manson was living, like as a commune, like this old Western studio lot that he was. A lot of the classic westerns were filmed on, and he was like, "No, man, I'm all right." And so he never went up to hang out with him. And then sometime later, the Manson murders happen, and Vince is like, "Fucking Charlie, that's the guy." Yeah. So
forget the murders. You should arrest him for his guitar playing. It's awful.
You're killing me. So yeah, that was Vince has a plethora of stories like that, because he owned this restaurant bar in New York. He grew up in New York, and he was an actor. He was in film and TV back in the day, and he used to have all these actors that would come and hang out at his bar. So he knew them all from back in the day. And he's just got a plethora of classic stories.
Well, it's he should before you.
And his own personal story is just like unbelievable. Like, that would make a movie in itself. Just his personal experiences throughout.
Like
his
to meet
life.
this guy.
Yeah, you'd get along great with him. He's actually
I play guitar.
Yeah.
No, it's gone.
It's gone.
Probably better than Charles.
But one year, I went to New York and I was trying to get tickets for Bruce Springsteen. I think I might have told you about this.
Yeah.
And you couldn't. It was Springsteen live on Broadway. Couldn't get tickets.
No,
ridiculous. I tried and
you spoke to Charlie Manson?
No,
Charlie.
No, Artie, our manager, great fella. He called up Springsteen's management and got me 2 tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, and so Vince had been trying to get tickets. He was in New York. It was impossible to get tickets. Anyway, one night we went and saw Springsteen, and the night before that, and we saw Springsteen. It's just a one-man show, piano, guitar, in the Wilton Theatre. And the night
and guitar at the same time.
Yeah, fantastic.
God, he's talented.
Yeah, he is.
What a talented
he's
man.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then
with his foot, he's like, dun, 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 dun.
It's like a one-man band. And then and the night before that, Vince and I went to Madison Square Garden, and we saw Billy Joel. On the home turf. Yeah. And as we were walking in, Vince just comes out with these stories that are just like phenomenal. As we were walking in, we saw a photo of JFK, and we're talking about it, and he told me how when he was a kid, back in the 60s, early 60s, how JFK was coming by on
in a like a
No, not a motorcade. No.
If I thought of that word,
Yeah, I know,
it would have flowed a lot better. It just went blank. Alzheimer's.
It wasn't that day. It was before that. And he was a little kid, and he broke out from the pack and ran up, and actually went up and shook JFK's hand as a little kid. You know, this little moment that he had with.
That's great.
So anyway, but he's just got a plethora of all these like phenomenal.
He wasn't implicated in the murder at all.
He was not. That was not in Dallas.
He's not included.
No,
Okay, that's good.
No book depository. There was no
Vince
grassy
had
knoll.
nothing to do.
Let me clarify that. He had nothing to do with that.
It's great that you just go in and you just go to the police stations and say, you know, that murder that happened, I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I've got a perfect alibi, and then walk out.
Did you get his number? You get guy's name?
No, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I didn't do it.
Yeah. Just so that you know.
Yeah.
Didn't do it.
You know that all those murders last year and the backpackers.
Wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I had nothing. I didn't even know.
I got alibis.
And you do have alibis.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do it.
Yeah. Who is
but it
this
just
guy?
fuck with the police.
Yeah. Who is this guy? Every time there's a murder or there's a robbery.
Look, I just want to make it clear.
I should be exonerated of this.
I'm happy for you to.
I don't want to be.
You dust for fingerprints, anything.
Yeah.
You will not find anything connecting me with the murder.
Yeah.
And then just walk out.
Yeah. That's a good approach.
Yeah. See what happens.
Yeah, I like it.
See what happens. It's fun to do this. How long have we done so far?
We've done our time.
We've done our time. So I had bits that I wanted to do next time.
Oh, you actually had stuff planned for this podcast? Because every time
just now. Just thought of it just now.
But there's a consistency to us because every time we plan to do something, we never end up getting around to it.
It's like,
because we just talk like we would, like we're on the road traveling in a car.
Sounds like my life, man.
Yeah.
I plan to do things.
Best laid plans of mice and men often go astray.
Wow, that's butchered that.
What was the? That's the same.
Mice and men?
Of the best laid plans of mice and men.
Where's that from?
It's the old saying.
What's the old saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who said that? Charlie Manson.
No, well, it was a John Steinbeck book that was based on that idea
of mice and men.
Yeah. But you said I butchered it. In what do you mean?
I just looked like you butchered it.
Oh,
I don't know the original quote, so I shouldn't have said you butchered it because
because I was using that quote to back up what you were saying.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, that's good. I'm glad we talked. We cleared that up.
Well, this has been good.
This has been great.
This is great to clarify.
Yeah. I wonder how many people actually listened through the whole lot. You know, they probably turned off. We're actually talking to ourselves.
We lost him at Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman, like, fuck that. Who the fuck's that? I don't know. Just see what else is on.
Well, next time, let's talk about what you planned.
If I remember.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Until then, my friend.
Until then.
I tip my hat to you.
Let's fist each other. Yeah. That's good.
Anyone listening, we were just fist pumping.
Fist pump. That's what I said. Man, that could get you in a lot of trouble.
For anyone listening to this, I just felt I need to clarify.
Learn to speak English properly is my advice. That will get you out of a lot of sticky situations.